Hi, my name is Dave Russell with D&J Wooden Boards. I wanted to take a minute and show you one of my favorite programs called AccuShaper. And AccuShaper is what I use I've been using for several years now to design my boards. It is a hoot to make designs, and with every board I'm learning more and more about rocker and rail and overall shape. I wanted to point out to you one of the boards I'm working on right now is one I'm designing that is in, intended to ride a lot like a longboard. It's intended for the shorter fella like myself that's 200 and something pounds, and so kind of a short, stocky guy. I've made this board as I drag across. You can see I made it 24 inches wide. It's an 8-foot long board, so it's going to really ride like a typical 9 or 9.5 foot board simply by its width and its girth in the back, the width of the tail. You can see the tail is 14 inches. I'm looking at going with like a twin keel fin and like a trailer fin in the center. Another really cool aspect with AccuShaper is the slices option. Now on this particular board, I'm going with a 6-inch. Every 6 inches I have a slice, and normally I go with 8 inches on center for my slices, but this time I'm going 6/0 since I'm going to experiment a little bit with a thinner material. Normally I use 1/4 inch on my ribs, but I'm going to go with 1/8 inch ribs, and I'm going to fortify them up a little bit with some cedar 1/4 inch by 1/4 inch bead. Both of these two tabs, top and bottom, help you deal with what the top's going to look like, what the bottom's going to look like, and you'll see that there's a lot look where you have and the term is leaving me, I think it's like 80-20 or 90-10, and those are the percentages of curvature. So I'll be rounding over this curvature quite a bit, and then I'll be bending this some and meeting it in the middle down there. But this is a board that has very, very little rocker, but my hope is that by being an 8-foot board with very, very little rocker, it'll still be short enough to kind of get it into some pockets. Now here's one of my favorite features is the bay. And in the bay is where you get to kind of spin the board around and kind of look at it after you've installed your slices and played with your rocker. I really enjoy the bay because it kind of gives me a chance to kind of take a look and see what exactly it is that I've created thus far. And sometimes you get to the bay and you realize maybe there's too little rocker, or maybe there's not enough rocker. What I really like about the most recent AccuShaper program is, and recently they just upped their, they required like a $7 a month service fee, but with that the software has improved itself tremendously. Now I have a solid looking board that's white, because I guess most foam is white, and it's easy to see with the Shaping Room blue. You can also you give you that Shaper's Room effect. You can tell the board has some shading that is occurring, and that helps you overall. That helps you as you're kind of looking at your board. A couple of other, let's see, the curves. This is a nice feature where you can kind of see a little more geometrically what's going on. But yeah, that's the Shaping Bay, and I want to thank you for taking time to look at a board. This is Dave from D&J Wooden Boards, signing out.